And I'm working now. Hi everybody, I'm back. Oh no! Oh, straight into the wall. That'll be Rothwell. For anybody who's not familiar, that is Rothwell. An 82, I'd say an 82 driver. Since apparently we now populate this entire streaming with 81. It's just populated by 82 drivers. Everybody has like a 5-minute slot they're allowed to talk in. Evening, Red Dragon. Oh yeah, 20 would actually be quite excessive because that'd be 400 minutes, which is like 5.5, 6.5 hours. So let's go with like 2 minutes. How are you guys feeling about? Oh, this is short quali. Oh no, wait, this is Q1. We are short quali, are we? Yeah. And Steak F1 King Kit Zone. You've got to say the full line, don't you? Otherwise, it sounds wrong. Do we have to pay when if we stream and mention brands, or do we get covered? Is it like copyrighted music? Just on board with Natured Alloy now, or Chaz, or BART CM21 for those who aren't familiar. Doing their very first lap. I think quali's going to be a tough one here. Just because of the number of invalidated laps that I've seen over the last few days and how easy it is to invalidate here. Ooh, but he took that very well. Well, it all depends on the ride height you've got on these cars as well, I'm going to be honest with you, because like you kind of want to keep it as low to the floor as you can, because this isn't actually that bumpy a track. It's a fairly like flat track. I mean, you get a few bumps down here on the Las Vegas Strip, but not enough to really cause any big problems. So if you can run with a bit lower ride height, you get less drag down the straights, you get a bit more grip into the corners, but then with those curbs, you're very likely to just bottom out and make your way into a wall. Though Chaz just taking them, they're not there. Yeah, did a very good job of keeping that clean. Good time. Really good battery management on that lap as well. Who's next across the line? We've got a white Sauber. I think that's Johnny B. It's that guy. It's Bart Jacobs out on their out lap, just about to cross the line. It's a shame this is such a long track that trying to compare people's sector times isn't always easy because people are on the strip. I wonder how many people are going to be trying to get toes off one another as well. Excuse me. 31-3. I mean, he took a distant slipstream off of Exotic Plains there. And that guy's giving Red Dragon, who has invalidated, a slipstream. Ooh. I love that. Oh, we missed a few others here. We went at 30.6. Jakob with a 31.2, Johnny B 31.3, Steely 31.5. Not a bad time actually for Steely with a 31.5. Smaller Smiley goes, wow, a 30. This is quite a close grid. Oh, we got Girthy Steve here as well. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, they don't want too hard a time, do they? Red Dragon's diving into the pits. You know, you've got to be really careful on this track because it's oh, that guy's invalidated. The problem with this track, right, is it's a 1.5 minute lap, right? So you've got to think 1.5 minute out lap, 1.5 minute lap, at least a 1.5 minute in lap. So by the time you've done all of that, you're already 4.5 minutes in. Then you've got a 1 minute turnaround in the pits, generally speaking, before you can come out again. So from start of run to start of run, you've you've got about 5.5 minutes. And since this session is what only 16 minutes long, if you invalidate, you've just about got time for 3 runs here, just about. If you don't, yeah, if you invalidate and try and push again, you'll miss out on that third run. So you've got to basically, if you don't make it on your first attempt, you should just pit and have that extra time to put another set of softs on and give yourself a break, because the softs around here are just gonna they will, if they're not great, is the issue. This is, of course, only the third Las Vegas Grand Prix we've done as well. Because what last season we would have, like, in NA season 5 we would have had Las Vegas. Season 6, did we have Las Vegas in season 6 actually? Yeah, I think bit of redemption time in there. That guy went a 31.5. Um, who's that? Sorry, Sebastian. Oh yeah. Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Before I think he dropped that. I don't think he had the time, and then he's just here for the thing. I'm making my way back up. Ah, yes, your 7 stream streak. Yeah, is Red Dragon... Sebastian did 131... Sorry, I'm mildly distracted. Is Red Dragon still clean? Which is good, because I don't think you can really invalidate here unless you... unless you... unless you really cut it. So currently, the only other... So you got the top two within 4 hundredths of a second of one another. Literally within 439 thousandths of a second. Exotic Wii, um, Exotic Wii, deflated Wii. Sorry, is 30.6. Yes, Rothwell's going to jump into race. By the way, yes, straight down, out the window, through into the Alpine garage. Yeah, because I was just saying. Wow! Our first 29. What a hell of a toe! Like, that was really impressive watching those two pull through there together, because they were so close through some of those sections. I don't think anybody else here has got a toe at all. Red Dragon 139. Nice time. Why do we have yellows? Uh... Interesting. Sorry, oh no, they've both finished their laps. Actually, it doesn't matter. Yeah, those bits are horrible, honestly. There you go. There's another yellow. What were your thoughts on the track from Tuesday? Yeah. Cough. Sebastian's 8 thousandths down in Sector 1. I think Sector 1's one of the ones, though, where it's like... Oh, he's got very squirmy out of there. I think that was that case of hitting that curb and then bouncing off of it. See if Sebastian improves through Sector 2. No, he's 2 tenths down, Sebastian is. No. He's lost a lot of... Yeah, he's got a lot of deployment use is the thing. So part of me wonders if he's actually... if he used it much earlier on in the lap and... Yeah. Because that's not where you want to be using it, really. You don't really reach the top speed down there, so... He's abandoned the lap. He's not going to get time to do another one, so he's going to be starting P13. Oh, actually used nothing, has he? These guys. Those guys. Oh! Big snap. There you go. See, he's using overtake. Only a little bit, though, there. Down into... He took that curb very well. Could have used a... Nah, he went a bit wider there because of that, and that's put him a bit out of line, out of position for this next one. I think it's one of those things where it's good to sacrifice a bit of speed there through turn 8 in the middle of that Mickey Mouse section in order to maximise the entry into turn 9. Purple middle sector though. Who knows, it could be the fastest middle sector we've had so far, but here he comes up to the final sequence of corners through 14, 15, 16. See, and he's run out. So he's lost a lot of speed down there, so you're only going 69 thousandths of a second faster. Yeah, same. Up to the line. Yeah. Yeah. For the end there, yeah. I mean, you don't really gain a lot through Sector 2. Let's have a look. I didn't check. I didn't actually catch his time. His improvement through Sector 2, at the end of Sector 2. Sorry. So here he goes. He's staying well behind his teammate. His teammate isn't diving out of the way, so they're clearly still playing the slips. Oh, he's invalidated. He had a slipstream though. He had a tow from the two kick Saubers. Lots of people have invalidated. Smaller smileys in the pits. Yeah, but big up Rothwell for A, landing in the car without breaking his legs, and B, jumping into the car with no practice. It's very impressive. Not that far off the rest either. Oh! I'm not sure. Neither does Nature. Neither does Chaz. I switched over to him because I saw he was still on the lap and I wanted to see him end it. And as I did, I saw a car hit a. I don't know if it was Chaz. I think it was Chaz who hit the wall by the line. Anyway, there we question mark have it. did. He did very well. Red Dragon saying he won from P5 last year. The front drivers are pacey. And Deflated Wii is hang on. Can you say something for me, please, Scott? You've not been coming through this entire time. Something went wrong. I didn't realize that as well. Something went wrong with oh, there we go. You're going to be coming through now. Something went wrong with Streamlabs.
So nothing I've said has come
None.
through for the entire time.
Nope. So I've been talking to
Great.
myself. Hi everyone. Socks is here.
Yeah, we're back. So that means my entire introduction has just gone out the window.
Well, no. You know what? That's annoying, right? Because
Unless the introduction was there and then just
I don't know. I can't believe I didn't pick up on that because it was coming up on my little mixer that you were coming out, but it wasn't coming. But my voice wasn't coming up at the beginning. Oh, right.
then it's just kind of switched around.
Yeah. So now it should look like I've been sat silent for ages.
Oh, great.
Um.
They have to go through and just take all the sound clips out and just voice over it or something.
So let's quickly go through and see. Like, what did we miss? We missed. Your
Rothwell jumping out the commentary box to get in the car.
Yeah, your wonderful introduction.
To the 403rd IIRL race.
403rd. See, that's the important part. Oh, we're now on our 5-minute gap. Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't catch that. I feel so silly. I'm very sorry. That's sad.
It is. Now we go on to our favourite section of every Thursday night stream in time.
Time. Las Vegas is a long way behind us, you know. Like, I think they're Pacific Standard Time, so they're going to be like 9 hours behind us in the UK. Hence why... Oh, no, they're 8 hours, because the race happens at 10 p.m. local time, I think. So, it's...
it's 6 a.m. in the UK.
6 a.m. Sunday. Oh.
Very early wake up. Yep. For everyone in this side of the world.
Yep. I mean...
For those people in Australia and that side of the world, their race will be at 10 a.m. So they'll get a good night's sleep.
Is it 10 a.m. for them? Jesus.
It's about that.
Yeah.
It's about 9 hours forward to Perth and about 12 to Brisbane and that, the other side of the country.
So they'll be having a lovely little... It'll be like their afternoon. Wait, hang on. 9 hours ahead of us. Anyway, yeah, so they'll be wide awake anyway. It doesn't really matter. Whereas we'll be in bed.
We'll be making coffees, people getting up teas.
Like yeah, shots of just pure caffeine to get going.
Honestly, if that's what it takes, then
I did it last year. I did it for Japan. Australia was a fun doing Australia because again that was 6 a.m. for us, wasn't it?
Yeah, Australia's always a fun one. Like, I mean, I'm the type of person that likes to watch the entirety of the programming.
Oh yeah.
So I'd wake up at 4:25 to turn my go on the TV at 4:30.
I think my favourite thing about Australia as well was last year's race when I woke up and it was a very underwhelming race for ages. So there I am, sat in front of the telly on my beanbag, trying to stay awake, and then Ocon and Gasly gave me the best possible show. When they came together into Sector 2. No, after it was turn... Yeah, was it after turn 2? Or was it after turn 3 when they get to the chicane? I'm trying to remember where they came together and spread the car all over them.
For which track?
Australia, when Gasly and Ocon came together.
Oh, that was outside of that was on the exit of turn 2.
It was the exit of turn 2, right?
Because turn 1 is the inside, turn 2 is the outside,
yeah.
And then turn 3 is a little bend, and then turn 4, I think, is the right-hander.
Yeah.
Try that little kink.
Well, at least that was worth getting up at 6 a.m. for.
Oh yeah, to see the race not get restarted, and then seeing like Checo get like, what was it, like a P3 even though he crashed out or something, or spun off or something.
I thought that he, yeah, oh maybe, yeah. No, yeah, he got caught up in some of that mess, didn't he? Because
Yeah,
that was that track where he did at turn 10 and 11. He just did overtake after overtake after overtake that race. Oh yeah, this is an annoying track, isn't it? Because the grid bends around the corner.
yeah. We we were joking around on Tuesday that we could pit on the from the start finish straight. Because you can turn it, if you start far enough back, you can turn into the pit lane. So if it was raining, it might be worth trying that to get your teleport muscle put back on track. Oh, we're underway for the formation lap here. Now that you guys can hear my voice, will be very much appreciated. We have a very non-split strategy for this race. Everyone is on the mediums, bar that guy.
He's on the hards, yeah. Sorry, I'm stuck in thought now. Like, what would happen if you did turn into the pits?
Maybe that is something to try.
Could
I mean,
you
either
do that?
was Exotic has taken out the sausage bollard.
Bollard, yeah. Just think, could if it worked, do you think you could like start on the mediums, pit during the formation lap, go on to hards, and then go the length of the race?
But I think you'd have to wait till the 5 red lights go out, as you can't pit on the formation lap for some reason. But I think if you pit on lap 0.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
But I
Before
don't know.
you've
I
crossed.
might experiment with that.
Yeah, I might jump into like a solo thing and see what happens. Like intentionally qualify last, which is really hard because I'm that good.
Say that again on Sunday when like every single. I mean, my prediction for Sunday's race. I know this is 81, but my prediction for 82 is that there are 10 cars within DRS the entirety of the way through the race.
And I won't be one of them. I'll qualify
Oh, you will.
P2 and I'll finish P15 because that's just what I do. Mr. Inconsistent.
It's quite interesting to see the way that the cars line up on the grid. Small Smiley has chose for the straight approach because he is on the bend.
Here we go.
Lights out and away they fly.
On board here with Willow, watching Exotic and Deflated Weave battle it into turn 1.
Oh, there has been a come up, and Smaller Smiley has been caught up in something in turn 1. He, of course, retired from the NA race on Tuesday due to having rear wing damage.
He's got no front wing damage at the moment.
So he is going to be loving life at the moment.
I mean, that's fine. He should be able to catch back up to within a second of Sebastian, because all the cars here are going to slow down in Concertina a little bit. Oh, Red Dragon made a hell of a push through on Chaz.
And Rothwell made a great move on Steely going into the sphere.
Rothwell is up into P10 already. And, oh, Girthy was invisible for some reason.
He must have hit the wall and turned on his ghost muscle.
I wonder what's going to happen here with Exotic Planes. Like, will Willow be able to pop in a bit of overtake and get him on turn 1? Because there's a hell of a slipstream down here, right?
Yes. And they've shortened the DRS straight as well, which I completely forgot about.
Yeah, so glad.
It was ingrained in my brain on Tuesday's race to press the DRS button super early.
Yep.
And then realizing that it's not activated. Oh, but that guy has had a moment. He has gone straight on at the end of the strip. That is not going to be good for his race, especially being on the hard tyres.
No wing damage, though, again. So, Johnny B's up on Gertie Steve.
Is falling down the pack a bit.
Here you go, first DRS straight.
I would imagine Willow will look at making the move.
I don't think he will, to be honest. I think it's smarter to save it for the strip, because you can put one. Say he stayed literally in the gearbox here of Exotic throughout the entire race, up until the all the way up until that DRS detection point in Sector 2, then you can get a hell of a run with a bit of burn on it as well to get a good gap on the people in P1, right?
Yes, exactly.
So it makes way more sense to do it at the end. Excuse me.
And then, depending what Exotic does, if he could potentially look at making the move back into turn 1 as well, if he so wished to. I don't know why he would, but it's an option there for him.
Okay. He's past the DRS detection point Willow has now. He's got the rear
He's
wing
gonna get
open.
passed by Wee as well.
And maybe
Maybe
Jacob.
Jacob.
No, he kept it ahead.
Oh, and there's passes at the back with the use of DRS.
Rothwell's up to P8.
He is up into the points after starting P14.
Sebastian Kuz is down into P11 now after Johnny B pipped him.
What do you think the CZ stands for?
Probably like Czechia? Because CZ is like the country code for
Yeah.
Czechia. So maybe that. Maybe it's actually like his name is
Yes.
actually Camilla Zumiso. I don't know.
What? I'm not even going to ask about that.
Karl Zamanjan. Anyway, moving on. That guy's dropping back a bit. I don't know. I think the hards last a while here, but the mediums, I would want to say, are a better race tire just because they're gonna not overheat really.
No, but the hards do last very long into this race. It is one of those tracks like an Austria or I forget what other tracks, but
Oh well, those two tires go forever.
Yeah, he will probably make it to at least lap 15, I would say.
Yeah, the lap.
But
Sorry.
The unfortunate thing is because he does not have DRS, he will fall back from the pack as everyone else does.
Yeah, that guy Willow and Exotic fighting through that corner there. Exotic goes up in P2.
As Sebastian has hit the inside wall and has almost caused his teammate to spin out as well.
Full
We have
court
a
of
VSC caused by Sebastian. If you did not know, under the VSC there is a delta. Cars will bump up to the pack, and I'm going to do my best Will Buxton impression here. When there is a safety car, the cars must slow down. As that guy uses this opportunity to pit, and he is going onto the softs.
Oh, why?
I imagine that he is predicting that another safety car will come out. That way he can go back onto the hards.
Another safety car that soon? That's an ambitious move.
As that guy's got a drive-through now.
No.
That is very unfortunate for him. He will have to hope to not get lapped by the front runners.
Have you seen what Wee's done? He's pulled out a second on Exotic Planes because he got a better launch off under the VSC.
Oh wow!
Is he going to keep ahead of that though? Coming up to the DRS detection point,
he is at the DRS detection
point. He
has he's still a second ahead. So Willow will get him. Jacob will get him. Red Dragon will probably have a look.
He'll have a look, but I don't think he'll be close enough to make the move.
That was a great launch off the safety car. Unfortunately, now Willow is back within DRS. It is going to be very difficult to lose cars.
That's kind of what you want, really, if you're in the Saubers. You kind of want to see, these two. They want to be working together here to get to the end of the race.
Did we figure out if Exotic could win the championship today, and what higgledy-piggledy, Jamaica-y pokery needs to happen?
Yes,
for him to.
I think it was he'd have to outscore Willow by something like 20 odd points, 20 something points. So you'd have to see Exotic Planes effectively not score and Willow finish in P1. So,
that guy, I presume he's now going to retire from the race after that.
Maybe not.
But he has decided to stay, and he now, after serving his drive-through, has got 10 seconds,
But
which he can serve under a safety car.
yeah, he can. So if there is a safety car, then, which is obviously what he's been begging for here, then he will be able to catch up to the pack, serve that penalty, and then switch on to better tyres.
Yeah, I imagine he will switch back over to his hards eventually.
Let's get a look.
As we expected, it's
Yeah.
just DRS overall. Jacob has made it past Wee, I believe.
Yeah, Wee's now in P3. He's already done P4. Willow takes the lead of the race. Smaller
And
Smiley
Smiley
snags a place
back
on
to the
Steely.
points.
He's in the Mercaders. And Steely also minimally hits the wall. And Chaz gets the fastest lap. It's very 81 and 81.5 at the moment with the way the midfield has fallen away. But that's the thing, the midfield is still grouped up. Like, they're still racing one another. Bit of battery from Johnny B and he'll pip into the DRS of Rothwell. Smaller Smiley could then catch up with... Oh, Steely's gone ahead of Smaller Smiley
Yeah,
now.
Smaller Smiley had a very big sort of snap in turn 2. Really unsettled his car for turn 3, and he goes straight on at turn 3, losing out a place to Steely and I believe Gertie Steve as well.
He's not that far out of DRS though, so
he could catch it. He could catch up.
The thing is, yeah, if you're that close, right? Like Smaller is, and you've only got a few cars, the DRS isn't so much of a runaway train, because like Steely will overtake Girthy Steve, and get a bit ahead, but Smaller Smiley will be able to burn some battery, catch a slipstream himself, and in fact, let's watch.
Oh, Willow and Jacob go side by side almost into the chicane.
Steely doesn't have the DRS though.
Oh, okay. Going to be unfortunate for his race, of course. He is currently P11.
And Smaller Smiley's dropped even further back off Steely now.
And Willow is making the move, pushes Jacob out far wide, but
nice.
It is all legal.
I only saw I was sort of trying to get the camera with Wee and saw Jacob go off to the side. The car, yes, no one wants to make an overtake there. Willow is practically inside of Wee's car.
Oh, it's Smaller Smiley.
Yep.
Very unfortunate for his race.
So back on board with the front runners now.
I reckon this race will be who pits at the right time.
Yes. If you mess up here, and I found this on Monday when I did the practice race and I pit early. I was able to get I was able to catch up quite significantly with the cars ahead with the hards on, and I pitted on lap 3.
Oh wow!
Because I did something. I think I bonked a wing.
I mean, you were you had your ghost muscle on as well.
Oh, that was it. Yeah. So I was like, I'm not gonna bother trying to do this. I'm just gonna hide.
Yeah. The Monday ghosting.
Smiley's around again.
Yeah, might have just got on the throttle a bit too quickly and lost it.
Red Dragon's up in a P3.
Oh, okay. Very early pit stops. Oh, Chaz has got a 10-second time penalty for a collision with...
Oh no, he must have rammed him by mistake.
Must have had a little tap into the pit lane.
Tappy wappy.
I wasn't expecting to see pit stops this early though.
Yeah, but the C3
Let's see if that works out.
Go for a long time. The C3 is colloquially known as the dream tyre.
Sebastian has
gone around.
And we have another VSC. And Smaller Smiley has retired in the pit lane.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Very unfortunate for him, but Sebastian's race is not going very well. He is lost an he's lost both his end plates.
Yeah,
As that guy now pits.
he bumped the wall under the, going around turn 2. But they're all still, the cars are still going. They're in the DRS zone at the minute, so
Oh, is Sebastian is... I don't know what happened there. Either way, back on with the front of the grid. That guy is serving his 10-second time penalty. He's gone back onto the mediums.
he's gonna have to pit again. They won't go to the end.
Oh, his Willow is in, and Red Dragon is in. Looking to cover off the guys that pit off in the last lap. Jakob is in. Rothwell carries on, as well does Gertie Steele and Johnny B. We'll have to keep an eye on who comes out ahead.
I think that Red Dragon and Willow might be able to stay ahead if we just take a quick look, because if you think about it, the other guys, they didn't really get a chance to warm up their tyres. So they had to slow right down, so they wouldn't have been able to get as good a launch through the lap for their an undercut, and they haven't. In fact, they're far further back. Like Willow is 3 seconds ahead behind Johnny B, with Red Dragon only a second behind Willow, but then Exotic Plains is 7 seconds behind that. So, sorry, 2.5 seconds behind that. So it's going to be a long battle uphill for them, I think.
Yeah, of course, with this track being at 10 p.m. at night, it is very cold.
Yeah, unfortunately,
so tyres will take ages to warm up.
Not privileged to see what the track temp is, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where that comes out on top.
You can see steering wheels and the temperature that tyres are on.
Well, if we take a quick look at Rothwell, who I'm currently riding on board with, his tyres they're not that warm, you know. The rears are at about 80 something degrees and the fronts are 70 degrees.
Oh, his deflator's now in.
Willow's got a bit more temperature in his tyres, but not a great deal.
Oh, I think Deflated Wheat is going to lose out to his teammate and Red Dragon, but I think he will be fine from the rest of them. I think Deflated Wheat will be very happy with where he's come out there, and he's got DRS from Red Dragon too.
Yes, because the DRS detection point is on the way out of the pit, so you still get that. There's Rothwell, Johnny B and Gertie Steve full pit, excuse me. So currently it's just Sebastian and that guy who are out on the mediums. I can imagine hoping for a safety car.
Yeah, especially that guy. He's definitely not going to be... He is 50 seconds behind Sebastian, unfortunately for him.
He's got to be probably at 30 seconds gap on track between Willow and that guy. So, if that... Are we going to see Red Dragon pip Willow here?
I would imagine so.
But Bert Jacob and... Oh, no, he's done it.
I think Willow might have let him through there.
It's not worth fighting, is it, really?
It's not this early into this race. As big as...
Exotic Plains is now dropped behind Chaz. Of course, Chaz is carrying a 10-second penalty for
a collision.
Exotic.
And Red Dragon lets Willow through into turn 3. Maybe a little bit of teamwork from the Ferrari-powered cars, knowing full well that what they have to do to keep the BRT Jacob from getting into DRS of Deflated.
Yeah, at this point, if any of the top 3 want to have a shot, they need to keep putting gaps on BRT Jacob, and that means not fighting one another.
Yeah, the worst thing they can do is fight.
Yeah, because I mean, Willow is all of about 2 seconds ahead of Jacob, so that gap will stay the same if there's no DRS from Jacob. But then we and Red Dragon could make it to overtake Willow, so that increases the gap to 2 seconds then for them. So Chaz, Pips, Jacob, and so does Exotic Flames.
And Exotic has got past Jacob also. Of course, him being in P5 at the moment is not good for his championship lead. I'm not sure what the point gap is to Willow and Exotic, but I'm pretty sure it is about 50 points.
It's about that, yeah. Which is why he'd have to outscore Willow by about 20-something points, 25 points in order to keep ahead. Let's have a quick gander at the standings. Exotic Plains is currently 66 points ahead of Willow. And with 3 races to go after this, with a total of 75, 78, 86 points on offer. Total of 86 points on offer after this race. Yeah, he'd have to outscore Willow by 21 points in order to win the championship this race. So that would see Willow basically DNF and Exotic Plains come P1. So it seems highly unlikely here that we're going to see Exotic Plains pick up the championship today.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be Qatar.
Yeah. Tune in next week for that. We'll be live 7:30 p.m. GMT. Or yeah.
Yeah, we're GMT now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exotic Plains is now up into B4 though.
And Chaz gets overtaken by Jacob. If you remember from last week, I did get Jacob and Jakob confused quite often.
It's interesting that Red Dragon hasn't taken a place off of Willow yet.
I think he might just be sitting back. However, the top 6 are within DRS range of each other now.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean by it was a bad. If he's taking back, it's a bad choice because all he's doing here is putting himself at risk. If he overtook Willow, like he definitely could have done, then he would have been able to leapfrog right ahead.
Yeah, exactly, and he could have let Willow back through when it was needed.
Yeah, but they could have if they'd worked together. They could leapfrog their way up the track, but they've not done that. Deflated Wii is right on his gearbox, so.
Oh, and Raphael Johnny B swapping places into the sphere, which of course is animated in this world.
Oh, it's creepy. It gives me
Very.
the jibbities. We've all got DRS now.
I would imagine that we see Willow drop down to maybe P4 here.
Oh, they're going side by side.
Oh, they went 3 wide through that. How Willow's still got a front wing, I do not know.
Phenomenal racing from that group of people there as Chaz now takes P5. Let's jump back further down and watch what's going on with the rest of the pack as Johnny B makes it up into P8. Rothwell back up into P8.
Makes a move on both of them as Gertie Steve had a snap, but that guy has again lost a bit of his front wing at turn 3.
Rothwell had a hell of a slide there as well, actually. He just managed to catch the car. Johnny B almost went into the back of him. Deflated Wii up into P1. Red Dragon P2, Exotic Plains P3. Willow's dropped all that. See, this is how scary this DRS is, right? You can be leading the race, and then suddenly, the next thing you know, boom.
Yeah, as we see, that guy has lost a bit of his end plate, so he will probably pit soon, and unfortunately for his race, will be lapped. As Rothwell gets our first 3-second time penalty of this race.
Yeah, for track limits as well, that's interesting.
Probably, I mean, if you cut the sphere, like I said during quali, like I think I said during quali, then if you just go slightly over the curb, it counts as a track limits.
Yeah, yeah. Because you got to watch it. And if you bottom out as well on the curb, then your front wheels come off the ground. There's nothing you can do about it to stop that car from reaching track limits.
But that guy
Jo-
gets another 10-second time penalty.
Johnny B and Girthy Steve have jumped Rothwell. Oh, here we go. Are we going to see any action down here into turn 1? No, we're
I
not.
would imagine not. I imagine they're just saving it for when they all have DRS down the strip.
Willow almost went into the back of Red Dragon.
Does also look like Red Dragon's been raiding the Ferrari helmet storage for 82. He's got a very similar helmet design to myself.
There we go, for another trip down the strip. Deflated Witty is probably going to lose places here to Willow and Red Dragon once that DRS pops open. Now. Yep, Deflated Witty's down to P2, P3, maybe even P4, because Exotic is going
But
side
they
by
go.
side with him again.
Oh,
Exotic backs out.
and
Oh,
you can see Willow
oh,
has lost out a bunch to Red Dragon. So Red Dragon is going to take the lead of this race.
Bert Jacob had a moment and hit the wall. I don't know if him and Chaz had a close call together, but Bert Jacob's now missing part of his front wing.
Okay? So this top 6 has gone to a top 5 with
Yeah.
9 laps remaining.
Yeah, I can't, Rothwell's back up in a P8 as well. I don't think that... Yeah, I think that's it now for Jacob. He's going to have to pit for that front wing if he wants to hold on to any places, because he'll drop off quickly and Jakob will catch him. Very, very quickly, particularly through these technical sections where that front wing is so important.
The very little downforce that they do have on these cars.
Yeah, they might as well just be... Honestly, at this point, you might as well just use paper on this track.
I mean, the only benefit for Jacob is that he will be slightly faster down the straight. And
Well,
that's a big time penalty for the ending of this race. Red Dragon's got a 3-second time penalty for track limits.
he hippity hopped that curb, and that's honestly, there's not much point in him fighting this battle now, because if the race ended right now, he'd finish
He
in
would be
P6.
P5 or P6.
Yep,
Yes.
P6, which is not what he wants. So he's either got to find more beans than have ever been found before, or just play it safe to get to the end and try and keep him as high up as he can. Steely's got 3 seconds as well now. I wonder what Red Dragon will do.
I imagine he will enjoy the fight at the front.
Yeah.
And I imagine if he gets passed by the 3 other drivers that are behind him, then he might sit back.
Gethy
But
Steve has just pipped into P8. Actually, I tell you what I forgot about. That is the leader plus penalties, because Chaz has got 13 seconds of penalties. So even with those 3 seconds, he would now drop down to P4. Oh, what's going on back here? Sebastian?
that is I think it was
It
a
was Rothwell.
Rothwell
Yeah.
hit the wall,
No damage. The car's still intact.
and he's still in the points. Yeah, he's in our last points paying position.
But Willow is still... Deflated Wiz pipped Red Dragon, who has... still ahead of Exotic. So I know what BRT Jacob's going to do, because look at how
He is
quickly he's
carrying
dropping off.
on. I think he knows that if he, I think he will think that he can stay ahead of Jakob, his name counterpart,
8
because there is,
seconds.
yeah, Jakob will have to make up 8 seconds in the 7 laps that are remaining, and Jacob must not be confident that he can make his way back up. Will be able to make his way back up to
No.
P6 if he pits.
He'd have to be, it's like a 20-second pit stop, so you'd be looking to try and gain back in those 7 laps, like 1.3 seconds a lap, and that's hard to do. But as it stands, I think Chaz is currently actually P7.
Oh.
Because he's got that 13 seconds of penalties, which and Jakob is 4 seconds behind him, and then 8 again. So yeah, that's only 12 seconds. So he's currently net P7, and the gap between Jakob and Gerthi is huge. So were you back up into P1?
Oh, Willow getting very squirmy on entry into the chicane.
How old? Oh, I haven't put the tyres back up. My bad. Yeah, I left
They're
the
9
penalties.
and 10 laps.
Yeah,
So
so they're all on hards, 9 and 10 laps.
only the Williams are on the mediums.
Sebastian. Yeah, it's Pit. Yeah. That guy has not been lapped yet, though.
How those tires
No,
have gone?
no,
How
he
those
has.
mediums have gone 17 laps? I do not know.
No, they're gotta be starting to fall apart a bit. Oh, as Exotic Planes pushes down.
Oh,
Oh wow, they
Willow,
all getting
not Willow.
squirmy.
Red Dragon got hit the wall,
He
but
lost the rear a little.
he's made the move on Exotic back into P3 on track.
I imagine Exotic probably just thought of let him through there. I mean, Red Dragon had the inside line anyway, so it just made sense to let him through. Chaz got a bit squirmy out of that corner as well. The tyres are going to start wearing out now, and turn 3, sorry, is not a nice turn. And pretty much solid 90 degrees. But Red Dragon's now out of DRS.
Yes. Is he going to be out of DRS before in the detection point? He is. Exotic will make the move past Red Dragon, and so will the Red Bull of Chaz. As the two Saubers swap positions as well.
Yeah, but Red Dragon's currently safe in P5.
Yes.
That time that Jacob's losing every lap.
Yeah, he's losing about a second every 2 laps at this current trajectory. So he will be fine to the end of the race.
But what's interesting though is he's losing time to Red Dragon, right? But Jakob's not gaining time to him. So Jakob's losing as much time a lap as Jacob is. Jacob hasn't got any front wing damage. Dirty Steve is now right up oh no, that's him lapping that guy. Gertie Steve is scrapping away with Johnny B into turn 2. But Rothwell is quite far off now, still a bit behind again. Back up to P1. With Chaz in P3. Bit of battery I can imagine Chaz is going to want to use at these points to try and bring that gap down.
Top 5 still in DRS with each other. Even Red Dragon, who is just on the border of the second margin to Exotic Planes. He will be using that to catch up to the back of the pack, or the back of the top 4.
Of course, that Red Dragon said he won from P5 here last season, so...
In AT2, this is AT1. Of course, he was second in that title fight in the previous expansion of this world.
Yeah, and last time out in AT1 for Las Vegas, sorry, it was John that won with Exotic Planes coming P2.
Was this in 81 last
This was
season?
81 last season, yeah, and Jakob was surprisingly P4 with deflated Wii P5.
It was P3.
Uh, Tano. Um, AMS Tano back then.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, and I DNF'd. Apparently, I reserved that race and I DNF'd. In yeah, like you say, we had that was season 6. In season 5, though, which was this time a year ago.
Red Dragon did win that race. It was that race he won, not. It was that race he won in 82, wasn't it?
Maybe.
It was either season 5 or season 6. I can't remember which one.
No, Deflated Wii won this the first time round. He was the first AT winner to win Las Vegas with John in P2 and Josh in P3. But as for AT2 in season 5, which was of course the last race, yeah, it was Red Dragon who won. Yeah, he won.
And that was his first race win of IIRL.
Oh, I was in that race as well.
Oh.
I came P6. I actually came ahead of you.
Yeah, I did not have a good race that.
0.2 of a second.
Oh wow, we were close.
Well, Bert Jacob has pit.
Oh, so he's going for the fastest lap.
He could very well get the record.
Oh, speaking of, I think there didn't Padge. I don't know. I believe there was something put out in the Discord earlier this week about a fastest lap reward for the fastest lap across all 3 tiers.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, I think Padge, of course, was in the NA party on Tuesday, and I believe mentioned it.
Seems to have slipped my mind. Oh, they're going 3 wide here up the strip. Natured Alloy, Chaz, Willow, and Deflated Wii. Deflated Wii loses out and down to P2 or P3. Chaz has to back out and not make any kind of insane dive on Willow into P1. But of course, Chaz is net P5 at the moment.
And Chaz is making the move, or going to try the move into turn 1. They get very close together. A little bit of contact there. Nothing too serious.
Very easily done when you're in racing that close to one another.
Which one of them has DRS though? It is Chaz. Chaz was just behind at the detection point.
Oh!
And very close defending there from Willow. Unfortunately, does not work out in his favour.
I think he might have moved across to the side to close that gap in. Chaz wasn't expecting it. But they're now going side by side through this section. Willow would have got a warning for that because all 4 of his tyres were inside that white line. And
he has stayed ahead. And just to confirm your theory, he did not get
Did he
a
not?
For that.
Wow. All 4 tyres were outside that line for me. So
he got very lucky there.
Very lucky. He must have had a splinter of a single tyre. In one of his marbles was just dangling off the side of the wheel and it just stayed within the white line. There we go. Chaz is... Oh my god, all 4 cars are now...
No. This is not looking good. But the slot in single file though, for now.
Yeah, Deflated Me makes a little wiggle to try and get ahead of Exotic Planes, but it wasn't enough.
I imagine going into the penultimate lap of this race, we won't see many overtakes. Each one of those top 4, I mean, yeah, each one of the top 5 will not want to be at the front of that pack. They're going down the strip.
No, if anything, I think the ideal place here is that could potentially be P3, you know, because if you overtake here, you get a good run out. Oh, Willow's making a move. But he had to... Oh, as Chaz went into the back
and
of
Wii.
Chaz pushed into the rear of Wii. Chaz needs to yield a little bit there because it's not fair for him to overtake Wee while Wee is ghosted.
I mean, they are
Here we go.
still. They sort it out. Deflated Wheat is in the prime position for the.
He's not. He might be close enough to make P2. No, I don't think he will. You know, Willow is 6/10 off of Exotic Plains.
He will want to be at the probably P2. That way he can make his way past Exotic on the way down the strip on the final lap of the race.
Yeah. I don't know what Chaz was doing there because he's got a massive number of penalties. He's going to drop all the way down no matter what happens. He's guaranteed here. No matter where he finished on track, he was guaranteed to be P5.
Yes.
So
we are on the final lap now.
We are on the final laps. This is where it's all going to matter. You want to be in P2 here, so Wee wants to be able to push past into P2 to get Willow.
I feel like we might be seeing some DRS chicken games into the detection point. Exotic Plains will not want Willow to have the DRS and take points out of his championship lead here.
No. What's he going to do? Sort of riding on board with them, trying to get an idea of what's going on. It's funny really, isn't it? Because you've got such a long run to the DRS detection point here. It almost makes sense for you to be a little bit further back from the car ahead of you because you don't want to catch them. So here we go. They've crossed the detection point. Willow's rear wing is
Willow
wide
will
open.
get past Exotic, but
no.
will Exotic fight it?
No.
Oh, and Wee gets past Exotic as well.
Oh, that, you know what? That was nice because I was on board with them trying to watch what was going on.
That was very. As we hit the wall, and Exotic is going to try and make the move past, but he is on the outside of the final corner, and he makes it.
Oh, I think he.
Exotic.
I think there was a bit of contact between the Sauber and Exotic there. I think there was a small amount of contact because we got really squirmy. His rear end went out and everything. Oh, let's catch other people crossing the line.
And Gertie Steve has spun out on the final lap.
Oh no!
He will still be at least P9, P10, even if Steely gets past him.
Johnny B takes P7. Gertie Jacob P8.
Gertie Jacob
P9. Gertie Jacob, yeah.
Steely get P10. Rothwell, who jumped out the commentary box in qualifying, is P11 with Sebastian, who will round out the grid on a fastest lap attempt.
He didn't quite. He wasn't quite far enough back that he had to worry about anything.
As Rothwell did finish P11 there, do not be mistaken by the...
No, it'll get ditched down to P12 here. Once,
he did cross the finish line.
I know, yeah, we saw it happen. So Sebastian...
Little problem with the time boards.
There we
Sebastian will be P12.
Also, Rid said, "Hey, not to. Sorry, I was watching the actual stream, watching what was going on in the race. I didn't check the chat. So evening, Rid. At the end of the race.
Evening. I hope the end of that race was as exciting for you as it was for us to be a part of.
Deflated. Willow takes P1. Exotic P2. Deflated Wee P3. So Willow doing his thumbs up. And the Sauber team celebrating his
triumphant win.
Good points for Sauber there.
Good points for Sauber, yeah. I don't know what the gap is between... No, Mercedes have already won the Constructors. What am I on about?
Yeah, So there we have it. there's your race finish with Willow in P1, Exotic Plains P2, Deflated P3, Red Dragon P4 with that 3-second time penalty. Chaz P5 with
P5.
13 seconds of time penalties, which dropped him down. Jakob managed to get P6, Johnny B P7, and BRT Jacob, who pitted and went for the fastest lap and took it, takes P8. Girthy Steve and Steely rounding out our points places here. Sebastian and Rothwell, that guy in Smaller Smiley. The rest of the grid with Smaller Smiley DNFing. There we have it.
Yes.
Good race.
Yeah, it was a very good race. It shows what the Vegas track is all about. It's all about high speed, lots of DRS passes.
Strategy as well comes into it massively.
Yes. And advertisements.
Yes, obviously. It is the Las Vegas Strip after all.
You can't have a F1 race in Vegas without sponsorships and advertisements.
I love how they put the videos, like, you know, the introductory videos on all the boards.
Yes.
Because every now and then you go around a corner, there's a giant Lewis Hamilton or Nandi Alonso just sticking his way out there. It was a very uneventful race, I'm afraid, Rids. It was very clean cut and straightforward for a lot of it. Yeah. Fairly simple race, that one.
Yeah, you'll be expecting a lot of the same on Sunday if you tune in for that. I think it will still be a lot of drivers close together, including myself and Corgi, just trying to be very strategic about the way we want to play it.
I don't know, I'm very inconsistent, remember, so I might start P2 and finish P21. Right, well, thank you everybody for joining us this evening. It's been fantastic having you. Who do you think for driver of the day?
Oh, that is a tough call. I think. Well,
go on.
I mean, the way I always love to do driver of the day is by someone who's had a great up and coming race, not necessarily who goes to the winner. But I think a lot of that the top three finishers deserve at least a mention of some sort because they didn't get any penalties and finished in the top three.
Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? Like the top three drivers, it's really hard to call it out of any of them because they all raced really hard, they all raced really well, and it came down to a bit of luck.
Yes.
Really. So this could be a hard one to pick.
Yeah. I mean, we will figure that one out.
So, Sunday, 82, at the Las Vegas Strip Circuit. 6.2 kilometers and 25 laps of 6.2 kilometers to give us what's going to be almost, the better part of 45 minutes of racing. So,
yes,
join us then. I believe it'll be Deflated Wii that'll be on the comms for you that night, and me and Socks will be in cars.
Yeah, and we'll be back here for Qatar, where the championship could be decided next Thursday, 7:30 p.m. UK time.
Awesome. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody, and have a lovely night.
Bye.